What's going on? ZeroMagnumX here, and I'm fresh off of the Mario's Gaming World One Piece. I guess it was a cash tournament kind of thing. This deck I took 3-in-1. I bricked kind of versus blue, and ultimately bubbled out because my tiebreakers were not great. It happens whenever there's so many 3-in-1s, but it did go 3-in-1. So if you're interested in, I can show it off. My matchups were. Round 1 was the red mirror match. Unfortunately, I don't think they did very well toward the end. I feel for them. I hope they do better going forward. Then I played against Kaido. Then I played against the blue deck, and then I played against another Kaido final round. So, kind of to give you an idea. So, naturally, we have our 10 Dawn cards, and we chose StrawHats. So this is what I am doing. We have 1000 Sunny, 4 Chopper, so far pretty standard, 4 Nami, 4 Sanji, 4 Brook, best guard you have in your deck really, that doesn't cost you Dawn, 3 of Vivi. Probably want to bump this to 4. It's just because it's a counter. I think you need a lot of them in this deck. 2 Usopp. To explain Usopp, he's very weak, but this deck needs as much, quote-unquote, rush as it can get. So he's like pseudo-rush if he's in life. He triggers, comes out. That actually happened. And I think, I protected him in some of my games. And he managed to, pull ahead and do things, surprisingly. But he's not very good because he was only 2000. But he does come in handy as a pseudo-rush card. It can swing the tempo in your favor when he plays from life and gives you another body on board to attack with. 3 Robin. I'd play 4 of this. 2 Zoro. Drop this down to 1 if you're going to play any. This card was not great, and anytime I could play it, it wasn't on curve like it needed to be. The effect, in theory, is very good against giant blockers and stuff that you just attach a couple of Dawn to him and your opponent either is taking the life using a lot of resources or they are losing their blockers. So this is a good threat against that, and my thought was against green this will be great. I didn't play green, so I have no idea if that's relevant or not. He's okay. Jinbe, never saw it, can't judge it. Same kind of thought process is that the 1k buff helps. It threatens with the 5k swing in because you just give him a Dawn, so he's 6, and then you can buff something else by 1000. Never saw it. I don't like cards without counters, so yeah, we kind of went on the lower end of that. 2 Frankie. This is literally because of room purposes, so if you're going to remove Zoro and Jinbe, run more Frankie, I would say, and Robin. 4 of Mr. Rush Luffy, Starter Luffy. Best card in the deck, bar none. Just being able to come down, put a bunch of Dawn on him and swing, and then there are other times it didn't happen in the tournament, but when you draw this, you can just win the game outright. You just play him down, attach all the Dawn you have to him that you can, and swing in. If they don't have enough to stop you, and the only way out that they'd have is a blocker, and you're a rush deck, so they probably have been guarding a decent bit, it wins the game. 4 of the Rush Luffy. This is clunky. It survives a lot of removal. I like it, and I don't like it. You have to play it if you want to do fairly decently well, because he's a rush guy, and you need as much rush in this deck as you can to be able to swing in as much as you can, because your guys are little, so on the snapback, your guys are going away, more than likely. In other games, you might be able to, continuously protect your characters, but this deck is a lot different. You kind of just have to cut your losses, know whenever that happens. Guard enough, or sorry, counter enough to where you make it an effort where if you're giving up one card in hand, they're giving up like 2 attacks. So it's kind of your version of blocking. It's like a tempo style play. Alright, and now on to the event cards. For Diabo Jambe, I think I'm saying that right. I would probably run 3 of this. Against blue, I bricked, and this is how I bricked. I drew like 3 of those. I was really needing like another character to put out somewhere to pressure, and yeah, stuck with those. 4 Jet Pistol. This is like arguably the best removal in the game. Probably second best removal. Like this and Sables are like both insane. So right now in this meta, I would run 4 of this. Maybe when we get better cards, less, but right now definitely 4. And then to finish it off, 4 Guard Points. Guard Point is great. It let me survive with my board intact against Kaido in round 4. I just hit like 2 Guard Points and had a bunch of like counters to where it worked out, and I had no hand, but I was able to block everything. Kept my character out. Had Luffy on my character, put like 5 Dawn, and I think I had 1000 Sunny. Put 5 Dawn on that, 5 Dawn on my character. Might have been in Usopp or something, it doesn't matter. Or Sanji or whatever. And then I think it was Usopp because it was weak and I had to pump him. But it was enough to go in for game and take victory because they were just too big to stop. So we ended up getting there. Deck was a lot of fun. Like I said, went X and 1. We bubbled out, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. And yeah, I definitely make some of the changes I suggested. And you definitely need a little more counter power in the deck. All right? Have a good one. Later, everybody.